First one, would you just read the second paragraph there for number one? Tim?
If F represents, or F, represents the number of cars sold, and H represents the number of hats sold, which system of equations represents the constraints of this situation?
All right, so just write the equations, is that's what it was saying. Georgia, what do you got for that one?
I had B.
B? B is incorrect.
Hold on. I know.
C.
C.
Yeah.
That was my second answer. I was a little stuck.
Don't even.
Scarves and hats got to equal 40. So S plus H got to equal 40. And then the cost of each is the second equation. Okay, question number 2. I asked you to make a little chart. Check all the points there. We did the first one together yesterday. So your chart, the second one should be yes for both of them. That works. This one works for number 2, but not number 1. And the last one doesn't work for either. Is it possible to have more than X and Y pair that is the solution? No. Those lines will only intersect in one point. So you can only have one solution. But again, I had to have the chart show that as well. Question 3. Explainers show that point works. Well, plug in the points. And here I get 15 plus 8. That equals 23. So that one works. I'm going to plug in 5 for X on this one as well. And negative 4 for Y. And I get 10 minus 4, which is, of course, 6. Just prove that it works. That's all you got to do there. Samantha, you want to shut off this bank of lights again, please?
Both of them? Do both.
Do both. That's fine. You can still see. All right, question number 4. Again, write the equations. Did we do that one together
No.
yesterday?
Nope.
None of it? Okay. So your equation should be triple the first number, double the second is 34. Come up with 2 possible values. I got a couple I threw in there. I picked 6 and 7. You can pick smaller ones as well, 0, 1. See what you get. The key is, can you write the 2 equations? That's the key. Okay, so that's A and B. C, what are Diego's 2 numbers? So you're going to have to do this on your quiz today. It's going to ask you to plot those, and you can use Desmos if you'd like. But I want a sketch of what those will look like. So here is my first one. First line is going to look something like that.
2 lines?
Should be 2 lines. There's 2 equations.
Oh. I got the point, but do we have to do the line?
Yes. That's how you found it.
I didn't find it that way.
Okay, so you typed it into Desmos and found it that way, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but I didn't do the line.
Okay, so when you put the equations on Desmos, write the lines, copy them down the best you can. And then that point would be 8, 5. So clearly my sketch isn't very good. 8, 5 should be about right here. This one you did not have to graph it. It says use it if you need it. But again, on your quiz, I'm going to say graph it, and it's going to be a little chart here for you to sketch it. Copy it down. You can still use Desmos. That's fine, but I want to see what it looks like. Question 5. Braylon, what do you got for that one? Say that again? D. That's what I have as well. H cubed, take this number cubed, times 1.05 gives you those numbers. Again, you can just trial and error. Question number 6. Why is this true? All the numbers are triple. You triple 3, you get 9. You triple negative x, you get negative 3x. You triple negative 4, you get negative 12. They are all tripled. That is exactly right. Question 7. Explain how you know that this graph represents this situation. How do we know that graph represents that situation? Tim?
The slope.
Slope?
Yeah.
Did you say what it was?
4 over 6.
-2.
Negative 2/3 should be the slope. It does go down. You had 4 over 6 correct. So you actually figured out the slope. That is fine. You could say if I have 0 cars or 0 vans, I need 20 cars. You know, that's that point. If I have 0 cars, what's 80 divided by 6? I need a little over 13 vans, which is that point. So you could say I calculated the x and y intercept, connect the dots as well. Curious for number 8. Vicente, what do you think?
For graph A as a C, for graph B as a B, for graph C as an A.
Okay. I have the oldest sibling going to graph 2. I have the middle sibling going to graph 3. And I have the youngest going to graph A. Makes sense, the oldest person is going to go the slowest. Takes the longest to go 1 mile. And how about the last one? What is the x-intercept? So it is already solved for y. Again, I always like to write the x's first because it is slope-intercept form. So what is the y-intercept?
3.
The y-intercept is 3. Now this one says the x-intercept.
So does that mean we take away the x then, or? take
So
away-
that means, so in the y-intercept, the x is 0. So the x-intercept, the y is 0. So what would make that 0? Well, I would need this to be negative 3, right? A negative 3 plus 3. So I believe, let's try the first one here. Let's take it times 3/5. Yeah, that one would give you negative 3. So your answer is A. 3/5 times negative 5 is negative 3.
I thought you had to like cover, like when you said you like covered over the.
Yep, so you cover over the y, if you
Oh,
want to look at it that way.
but I
Because you're
thought
doing
the y
x-intercept.
was 3.
Nope. The y-intercept is 3.
Yeah,
That's if this is 0.
so.
But it's asking for x-intercept.
Okay.
So you got to cover the opposite letter if you're going to do that.